Make a team?
You want to
Yeah.
talk? Yeah, I'm down, bro. Let's fuck this fucking children game, bro.
Okay, all good. Blob!
What up, dude?
How's the tick rate feel, by the way? So they have this new tick system. I actually wanted to ask you. Like, it looked a little 60-40 to me in the trailer. That might be FPS from YouTube.
Well, I mean, you can't. It doesn't have one, bro. Like, it
It
doesn't.
doesn't exist, but yeah, gravity is a thing, right? So what does it feel like on the moon?
It's a little hard to describe because day one, the audio was like kind of weird. Like, it was, the devs knew it was a problem when we came in, but like obviously they still want us to play test. So the feel of the game was a little off on day one because the audio was so messed up. But we play tested for 10 hours overnight. They redid the whole audio engine after we play tested for 10 hours, and it got a lot better.
That does not sound good, Flop. That does not sound good.
What do you mean? That was like, this is like 2 or 3 months
That's
ago.
not what you want to hear, bro.
What do you mean? That's sick. They literally redid. No, because the second day was insane, dude. It was so much better. It was like actually nuts how they could change stuff in real time like that. I was like, what the fuck? And so when we were on day 2, it felt really nice. Like when once the audio got in there, everything started feeling way better but day 1 was just a little weird. But day 2 and 3 was sick. Like, it felt good. We were getting used to it. Like, the movement, like, everything just feels slightly different. Not good or bad. You're just trying to get used to it. And we only got to play 3 days total. So the 3 days that we played, and then I haven't got to touch it since. So I would just say overall, it felt pretty good. The first day was weird, and as it improved, it felt nice. The maps look great in game. Overpass was,
The lighting looks sick for sure.
dude, Overpass is fucking unbelievable, man. I cannot, there's a part of Long A that you didn't even get to see in the preview that is holy shit. And when you Zeus people, dude, the Zeus is hilarious. The visuals,
They showed it.
yeah,
They showed it in one of the videos.
oh my god, it's so good. Like the visuals, like you can see over mollies, you can't one-way smokes, you can't phase smokes, there's no smoke bug. You
Okay,
can
that smoke spamming. Can you only do the edges or can you do the middle?
you can shoot through any part of it. It leaves so you can't see it as much. Like it punches, but what I'm everything has like a tracer that punches a hole through it. But when you're just shooting through like the center of the smoke, no, you don't get to
You're not
like
gonna
see
create a gaping
No, exactly. Even if you're like if you spray somebody and hit them perfectly through the smoke, you're gonna see them a little bit. But you have to be like, you're not gonna like spray and find them or something like that. It doesn't really work like that. Also, they see you too, so it works both ways. No, like so yeah, towards the edge you can punch through it a lot easier because there's no smoke on the other side of it. But when you're shooting through the center, yeah, it's hard to see through it even if you're tagging them or hitting them.
Did you get to try different reses?
I fucked around with different 16:9 ones. People were asking me about 4.3, and I'll be honest, there were other people playing 4.3. Get Right and Forrest were on it. Oh yeah, Harry played 4.3 and it was fine, is what he said. Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
So obviously I'm sure everyone's asking about the anti-cheat. What is the word there?
They didn't tell us anything. We were there strictly for gameplay, so we didn't get to see like systems or there was no discussion of anti-cheat or anything like that. Like we were just like there to make sure the game felt similar or as close to with like just improving it. You know what I mean? That was the whole point of why we were there.
Yeah, I doubt you even talked systems like matchmaking and all that shit. Like you're just there to play the game, right?
Yep,
That's it.
exactly.
The rest of the stuff doesn't matter to them.
Yeah, and we
to be there, yeah.
And we were all trying to guess the tick rate. They wouldn't tell us. So like we were like, all right, everybody get their jump binds. And also there's the jump bind built into it. So the jump binds were hitting, but we were like, so is it the same? It did feel like a little bit different. Like I don't know. It was really hard to describe.
They just made it 128 tick and scrambled the logs. They're like, this new innovative technology. That's
okay.
cool. I mean, the lighting, one thing I like is the lighting for sure. Like I think like something psychologically about having better lighting that just makes things more pleasant.
Dude, Ancient looked so much. We didn't.
Not even just being able to see clear, but like it just looks.
It looks modern. It looks a lot better. Oh, and the dev actually said he's listening. He said we updated the audio mix, not the engine, for what it's worth, is what he said. But they redid the audio.
He's just fine to you, Mike. They redid the whole engine overnight.
Dude, that's what it felt like. But that's like, we came back and they like, we redid everything for the audio and we're like, what the fuck? What do you mean? But it actually sounded weird. But then we put on our headsets. We're like, oh my God, it's insane.
I just want to shoot a gun, dude. I just want to get into the feel of the mechanics.
Me too, man. Me too.
You shut up.
No, dude, I haven't got to play it. I want to know like what's different. You know what I'm saying?
Do you
Yeah.
do you know that? Do you know if you'll even have access, or any of us?
I mean, yes, I know I will.
Well, I would assume. Yeah, I guess.
They emailed me a few days ago, like, "Hey, just to make sure, send us your account." And then I was like, "Okay, here you go." And then that was it. I don't know anything else besides that.
Shroud's over here. We got stickers in the game. We got songs in the game. We get a link to the game.
Shit. Well, listen, Flom, if I don't get in, do I have permission to watch your stream on my stream when you play?
Yeah, go for it.
That's what's
I
up.
love that classic permission. I'm just gonna go ahead and say you agreed to that as well.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Did you know the date, the release date?
Nope, I didn't know. That's what also
Okay.
kind of made it like even more like toxic, because I was just like, is it actually coming out? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing whatsoever, because like I just didn't know. The closest I got was they mentioned like maybe sometime around March, but they didn't say dates or like when the game would actually be out or anything.
I saw in the video they had kind of like that Valorant.
The play cards at the bottom?
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Was that noise, or was it just a visual thing?
Just
at the
visual,
bottom?
purely visual. Yeah.
When you're fragging, you're not getting like dings and fucking
No.
casino.
No.
Okay.
You're not going full dopamine receptors getting overloaded with full,
Okay.
like, yeah. No, it's just for visual.
You gotta kill player card.
Yeah. I literally told them when I saw it, I was like, I really like this and I like where you guys were with it. And I literally said, but please no noise is what I said. And I said, if you ever do noise, give us a slider to turn it off. Oh, that's what I said. Because I don't know, at least for me, I like it, but also I like the ability to not have it on there, because holy shit, it becomes too much too fast. Oh, did you see the legs, by the way, Mike? You have legs. I was like a kid. We all loaded up to deathmatch on Destiny the first time. And the first thing I did is look down and I just screamed in the conference room, "We got legs!" I was so happy. You can see them slightly too. When you like, so you have a slight visual when you jump on things. So you understand like where your character model's at. Not like in your face, just like very subtle. Like, oh, hey, that's how I got on this box kind of thing.
Can we get like a live market ticker for the value of skin prices going up? I want to be able to just, like, invest into like options here. Can I trade contracts on skin prices?
How'd I feel when Richard Lewis's report came out? Dude, the whole thing just became, I was like, I gotta talk about this shit, but like, I also can't. It was very weird. But also it was fun to talk about things with you guys, even a little bit, because it felt so shitty.
How was B-hopping?
Little weird, because it felt, the game feels a little bit different, but you can still b-hop. I don't know, it's not like I was in a b-hop server where like the server was unlocked and I could fly around, but you can definitely still hit a hop and mess with people for sure. Also, the characters have a bit of momentum to them now, so they move, they have a little bit more like visual, like
we got inertia. Is that what you're saying?
No, this ain't Tarkov, but there's you could tell like the direction that you don't even realize how stiff the players look right now until you kind of compare them side by side. That was actually one of the things we had them change a little bit, is they were kind of a little too wacky, like moving around. But the guy, like now the whole center mass like doesn't move at all. So whenever somebody peeks you, their chest is always like stable, but so the rest of their body can have a little bit of momentum.
How does the air acceleration feel? Like how tight in terms of like strafing on the
I'm
box?
probably asking, I don't know, it's probably different now.
It's like, is he gonna be dancing through train on an overpass ace? I like.
There was definitely like, we had some plays like where people were having some nice movement plays. Also, the caster Harry is literally Forrest Kryptonite. Harry killed Forrest in every 1v1 they played for 3 days straight, because we kept the same teams. Forrest never beat Harry in a 1v1 in a clutch.
What resolution was he using?
Harry was on native, and I think Forrest was also on native.
640 by 40.
No, Harry was on 4-3. No, Harry was playing 960,
Yeah.
I think, stretched. And then
Native
I think
is goated. Native is goated.
and then Forrest was playing, I think, I can't remember what he was on. But every time I just started yelling at fucking Forrest because he kept losing to Harry every time, and Harry was on my team, and he was just farming him, dude. He was actually in his head. Harry's incredible. Best caster in Source 2.
I'm assuming you guys got to record or no?
Nothing for media, no. We were recording everything, but it was strictly for the devs.
Oh, I see.
First thing when we walked in, this isn't for, basically they were like, this ain't for your fucking brand. We're recording and we're working on shit, and nothing will leave this room.
Did you guys already talk about frames?
Oh no, I didn't talk about frames. How
They
does
were-
the game
No, I
run?
didn't.
We were on the high end, like AMD rig, and then I'd say we had about 300 plus on everything. on high, and I was playing native, so I was on 1080. But there were some dips, but also optimization wasn't their main focus yet. They even told us that. So like if something was like really bad, obviously they were like, okay, what is that? Which there was only, I think only Overpass had like a weird thing going on with it, but it was fixed like almost instantly. So it wasn't like as good as right now, I would say, but I imagine it'll be better than when I played it.
Okay, so we got less frames, especially with those volumetric smokes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, it's kind of inevitable, right? You're going to a nicer engine with more shit going on.
Yeah. I mean, what's probably going to happen is we probably get shit frames right now. Not as great, right? But it'll, in time, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. That's why I'm like trying to be kind of like, it's like when people are like, how are the frames? It's like, bro, it's gonna be different. Like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to tell you guys on the third day, I did find a bug that was great. I did defuse the bomb while dead. I got really mad. Well,
I'm sure that won't be there.
No, yeah, that one got fixed instantly, but that shit was, I got tilted because I was defusing and my teammates let me die. So I did like the classic, like little, like just a nice little tap to my keyboard, and I realized that my hands just literally popped up from the grave and started defusing the bomb. So you just saw two floating hands on the bomb. Also, it registered that I didn't have my kit anymore. So it was a 10-second defuse versus the first 5 seconds. So yeah, it was accurate.
Oh, do your hands stick out when you defuse the bomb?
No, like my core, like it was just floating hands because it just popped up off my dead body.
Like no animations when you like tap the bomb or anything like that?
Just the standard one, like with the wires. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the main menu, like when you're in the lobby, the closest thing I could tell you to like systems that we saw is if you guys remember Warzone 1, like where you walk around with your homies in the lobby. That's how the new CS lobby looks. So when you invite your friend in matchmaking, you guys are like walking around with your skins and stuff.
Pre-warm-up lobby, whatever.
So I'm guessing that a lot of it will be similar to Dota 2, where Dota 2 you have practice mode seamlessly when you're in queue that takes you in and out. You can watch games perfectly through the Dota TV in and out. I don't know if I doubt that'll be now, but I am sure they can do that later on. That would be my guess.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at what's going to happen to Counter-Strike, right? You take a look at Dota 2 and all the features that were added from them going to Source 2, and we could probably see a lot of the same stuff that's going to be added to Counter-Strike. No,
exactly. So that's kind of, I didn't see it, but that's kind of what I'm guessing for a lot of stuff.
Were you on your main account or one of the dev accounts?
We all had our own private that's dev accounts. Yeah.
Yeah, you would not be on your main account.
Imagine.
Well, the reason I asked is because I wanted to know how if you could genuinely tell the difference between skins, or it just kind of like looked slightly
no
better.
Skins were in. None of them were in. No skins. No, I mean they're in now. Like they already said that in the FAQ, you'll be able to have all your skins. Right. But no, I didn't get to see any. This screenshot of the devs with the feet with the Glock is the first time I've seen a skin. Like I said, dude, we were there. We in their words, like we were the first 10 people to play outside of Valve, so we were there like pretty early on. Yeah.
Have you tried jump mines or anything?
Jump bot. Yeah, it's in the game. You can bind it. You just straight up. You don't have to do anything, and they all work the same as 128. So you won't have to. There's no relearning anything. If you already know the 128, and yeah, you can bind it directly into the game. The console looks different, but it looks nice. It's clean. It doesn't look like a gray block. You feel like a hacker. Like it looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it felt pretty cool when I opened it up. I won't lie. Little things, you're like, hell yeah, dude, I'm gonna change all my fucking settings. This is sick. No demo viewer, didn't get to see that.
Oh, I doubt they changed this, but is it still CTT? Terrorist, counter-terrorist?
Yep, still the same.
I figured. So here's a question that you probably don't know the answer to. Do you know if the vehicle function is being added to this game finally?
I don't know. I do think that they're trying to make sure that now that they're kind of redoing everything with this new engine, I think they're trying to make things like that more possible, but I have no idea. Asking the real questions out here, dude.
Did they talk much about the source tools? Like, is that built in the game, or is that a dedicated?
No, didn't talk about it with us. I know, most people, because I think it's just like, it's already out there, like what you can do with the engine itself. So I don't know, should be pretty sick. I think most people that I've seen that are from that world, like map makers, like modders, I think they're really excited to see what they're going to do with it, because there's just way more that you can do. It's more accessible, all that stuff. But no, they didn't talk to us about that.
I wonder when the enrollment's going to start. I doubt. No, I don't think anyone knows. But...
no, I kind of know. Here, hold on. I asked, I was like, so when do I get my invite? And here you go. Later today. That's it. It will be
nice.
Hey, at least it's better than like, at least you got later today rather than tomorrow or something like that. So it'll be.
Is there any case where you're getting keys or any access to give out?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Like when CS:GO came out, you know.
That was also because like you had to buy the game then too. So I don't know. I think clear decals were still in, but yeah, no anti-cheat stuff, guys. I have no idea. But the guns like felt similar though. Like there were slight differences with things. And like the sound sounded a little bit different for things, so you don't pull down as much sometimes. That was something that we noticed. But they were.
In what sense? Like.
They were tweaking. So the way the gun made noise, I don't want to be wrong again, but basically the way that Counter-Strike, like Source 1 versus Source 2, the gun made noise, it sounded a little bit different to us. But like in terms of how the pacing of its shooting, like this, just the audio of it, not like the gun itself.
They were trying to have better like sound isolation per bullet coming out of the barrel or something.
Yeah. So like in Source 2, it's like more accurate, but it sounds different than the original.
So
stuff like
we
that.
want the worst version.
Well, dude, it was really messing with us, and I got so frustrated at one point that I literally had one on Source 1 and one on Source 2, and we were doing like side by side because I thought I was losing my mind. Who was the worst caster at CS2? I can't answer that. I can tell you that I was first picked by Forrest and then immediately traded because everybody said I can't play with Forrest. And then it was me and Get Right versus Forrest.
What do you mean you can't play with Forrest? Oh, because of who was there?
we just won really quick. So it was immediately I was traded. After one game, I was traded. It was not fun.
I was pretty bummed not to be there, dude. I found out and I was like, listen, I'm going to take 5, handle my emotions.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they were trying to exclude people, but I mean, it's just, they only invited 10.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that is a low number. That is a low number. So someone asked again about Bunny Hop. You just talked about it. You said the movement felt pretty similar.
Yeah, it's different though, so I don't want people to be like, "Oh my God, Flom said it's the same," but I jumped. Like it's gonna feel different,
right?
Yeah,
like
the
air
strafing
strafing in
feels...
Valorant's tighter, but it's slower, right? And in Counter Strike, it's faster, but it's a little looser, and you have to have a little more touch to it.
I'd say it's a little bit looser still. That would be my first, like, if you want to describe it in that way.
Tick rate situation, because
yeah, same.
That was not the approach I was expecting. It seems like they.
Yeah, why not just go 128?
Yeah, it seemed. I mean, that's probably cheaper. Whatever they did is probably cheaper. What, bro? The whole think about this. Their whole argument for why they didn't do 120. Yeah, the reason why they didn't do 128 before is because it was just expensive and not a lot of people.
No, that's not what they said. No.
They didn't get the servers at one point.
They didn't get most people didn't get the frame rate to match.
No, they literally when I talked to them before, it was just purely because there's so many people on a low end where they can literally track it. Where you're excluding a huge amount of the player base is what they didn't want to do. To take away, that's what they didn't want to do. It wasn't a money thing. They just didn't want to literally consciously make the decision.
Well, they mentioned it to us a couple times, Eric, in person, like Vitaly and those guys and the other people were like saying like.
I'm not saying it's not a factor. Yeah, I don't know.
There's your point too, which it wouldn't make a difference to a majority, or it wouldn't benefit a majority of the people, and it would cost money to have.
Yeah, they had like a crazy stat saying how many, like, a large majority of people have like low end systems. So what's the point? But what that means is why do this and waste money for people, that majority of people having low end.
Well,
it's a money thing at the end of the day.
I don't know. I just don't think it really matters that much. I just think they don't want to alienate.
Well, I think because matchmaking is fucking,
it goes hand in hand.
Shit.
I don't know. I think it goes hand in hand though. Like I just think you don't want to give something to somebody and then take it away. That's like shitty. I think that's why.
How bad is 128 tick really that bad on low end PCs?
Yeah. Like it actually, they have like all the stats.
A lot of FPS or whatever.
Yeah. Like they have all the stats, like you just said, and Mike just said, like they have all that shit where they can track all of it. It's significantly different when you have like just a shit PC. Long, Get Right, Forrest, Harry, Hugo, Machine.
I thought that was interesting.
Cluster, yeah. It's pretty sick, dude. It's fun. Yeah. It's really fun. It's cool to like make that decision, but also you feel really, because you can miss them. you can miss if you don't hit it like right dead center. It might only blow out like one side of the smoke or the edge, and you feel real stupid, and you just threw $300 in the bin if you miss.
Well, yeah, now they also like expand and twist and shit. So like smokes are just gonna be a little different now.
Yeah, they can climb up the doors, for example, on Dust 2. When you think about the Dust 2 smoke and double
So you guys
doors.
want to play some CS:GO MM right now? Just get inspired.
Get inspired.
Last game
I mean,
ever.
I'm just loading up my game to see if I get an invite yet. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm gonna restart.